All right, so John Wall is on a trade, is supposedly working on and the Rockets are working together to to find a new destination for John Wall because um they are John Wall doesn't fit with the timelines with the Rockets because the Rockets are just a young and developing team. So they're working together to find a trade for him, and they don't seem to be planning to go for a buyout. So um, I'm basically making this video because I'm just gonna dissect what can he do for the Clippers because I mean so basically, first and foremost, we're gonna head straight on what would the Rockets want? Well, obviously, John Wall just pretty much doesn't really have much about the Rockets shouldn't ask too much. Ideally, a Justice wins. Not Justice Winslow, because heck nah, he's a dog. My bad. I can't believe I would not do that. Nope. Justice Winslow is a dog, so nah. I mean, I'm trying to say Eric Bledsoe. And then Eric Bledsoe would be ideal return, but we definitely had to give up more than that because John Wall has a big amount of cash. And so if you want to in order to match the money, you're gonna have to at least add a Luke Kennard and Eric Bledsoe or a Marcus Morris and Eric Bledsoe. And then I played around with the trade machine and it looks like you had to add a few more $1 million, and then so I guess you can include Zubac as well, but again, Zubac is a solid center though, and that may be a little bit of an overtrade, but as long as the young guys aren't getting touched, I'm chilling. But again, do we need him? Like, that's my question. Cause we already have Reggie Jackson, who is a really great point guard, or he's more of a combo guard, but he plays the point. He has great dribble moves. He can shoot the ball really good. You got Jason Preston, who is up and coming, who has a great floater game. His passing is just beyond amazing. People can say, oh, old heads can say, oh, he's undeveloped. Oh, he's a project. Blah 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 blah. I mean, look, I'm always gonna be critical of Jason Preston just for the sake that we passed up Sharif Cooper, but I know I say this a million times, and I'm gonna continue to say it. But that's just how it works. But Preston is a great passer, and he has a good floater game. He could get rebounds. So again, how would John Wall fit the team? That'd be my question. Like, I mean, if it's for just a buyout, or if John Wall salary was more fair, and then we could just simply just throw in Bledsoe just to match that deal, I'm for it. I mean, I'd be for it, but not that's not the case for this reality. So if if you're gonna ask me, should we do the John Wall trade? I'll just be pretty neutral because we pretty much don't need to give up. We pretty much don't really need to make any necessary moves, in my personal opinion, because we already pretty filled out with our point guard. Because we got Reggie Jackson is a point guard. We got Reggie Jackson. We got Bledsoe, who is a project. I'll admit. We got Preston, who's a good point guard. That's a good, solid point guard. He's showing flashes. Winslow can kind of play the point. And then you got like but a billion of shooting guards. You got what? You got my boy. We got PG. You got Luke Kennard. You got my boy Jay Scrub, my personal favorite player. And your small forward, you got T-Man starting. You got Morris. You got Batum. I mean Morris will be more of a power forward, but it's whatever. And then you got Zubac to be a center, and you got Harry Giles to be a power forward, or he could switch to the center, and you can also insert Batum as a center, and you got Ibaka too. So the question is, like, like, do we need John Wall? Like, look, I mess with John Wall. He's a solid player. He could put up 20 points per game, and he's shown his toughness, and he's shown ability drive drive in the paint, and he was amazing. like especially during the Wizards day. But again, I don't really know if should we pull the trigger in my opinion because again like we're gonna like throw it like we might have gaps for like a position we pretty much filled out on. Like we already have a lot of point guards, but I'd be more like if we trade for John Waldo, it just has to be a really fair piece. We just pretty much have to trade like just a potato chip to get John Wall because he ain't like he ain't worth to be like an overtrade. I'll tell you that much. Cause and I definitely better not see any youngins being a deal. Cause if a youngin's in a deal, oh boy, I might just have to make a rant video or something like that. But that'll just wrap up this video. So let me know what y'all think about trading for John Wall. Personally, I don't really know how if we get John Wall, I don't really know how the fit's gonna work. Cause Reggie Jackson, he's pretty good when you start him, but if you bench him, he's not gonna get any touches, and then he's not gonna be used properly. Like I used to be a big Reggie critic. Now Reggie Jackson is amazing. Like so again, that's just my question about trading for John Wall. Like how's the fit gonna work basically? I mean, the pros are he's a bucket and he actually plays fairly good defense. But again, maybe he could play. He could also like have a role that Pat Bev did. But again, I don't I don't truly you know like like do y'all kind of get how I'm feeling right now? Cause I'm neutral basically about trading for John Wall. I mean, he kind of does have a star type of vibe. So I guess if we get just trade a maybe like a Bledsoe and then a Kennard or a Bledsoe or a Morris, that can be a decently fair deal. Like, but again, Kennard is pretty talented, but again, it frees up for J Scrub to get minutes. So, so pretty much this will just wrap up the video. And thank you very much for tuning in. Be sure to like and subscribe. And also feel free to comment and you could dislike if you just disagree or whatever. It doesn't really matter. But much love to all y'all.